Hello, this is a video demonstration of how to load and auto-update ENC, official NOAA ENC charts into time 0. This is the Pro version, version 5, relatively new. And I want to stress that the ENC are unique. I mean, the name means that this is an S57 IHO, International Hydrographic Office S57 standard chart content. And that's the only thing that can be called an ENC. Other charts are vector charts, and they can look very similar. For example, the time 0 has many beautiful charts, and a lot are based on the ENC, but they are not the official ones from NOAA. They have beautiful commercial products, but the NOAA charts are free, and they are updated daily, 500 UTC daily, and you can actually check for them daily, and you can set up this program so that every time you open the program, it would check and see if there's a new chart, and it would upload it. And that's the ENCs, the official NOAA ENCs. So that's what I want to concentrate on now. And we do that, we go to this menu here at the top, and then down to Manage S57 charts. And when you start, it will be empty like this. And then, now we'll come back in a minute. Import means that you're going to download it somehow externally, or somebody gave you a copy, or you have a CD or something, and you have the chart on a hard drive or something, and you're going to load that chart into the system. Now, that chart, doing it that way, will not auto-update. If you want all your charts to auto-update, then you would go through this, manage this system here. So then you click this button, manage that, and now what that did was that went online. Now, okay, you have to be online to do this, to update the charts. And that went online and downloaded a file, an index file from NOAA. I'll maybe show that in a minute. It's behind the scenes. It doesn't matter too much. But that lists every one of their charts, every one of their nautical charts. Maybe there's, well, we're going to see in a moment how many there are, and then and when the latest edition is, and then the software within the app here, time 0, then reads through that, sees which ones you have loaded. If you don't have it loaded, it'll download that one and replace it. But that comes with every day downloading this master index from NOAA, which happened the minute I clicked that button. Now, the way time 0 does this is and you could do it different ways, but they load them according to Coast Guard district. But they're not telling us what this means, District 1, 2, 3. And so we've made, for our online course on electronic navigation, we've made this, and I'll put this link in the description. This is defines what, now this is a region. NOAA lets you download either by the state, individual states, for the whole state, or you can download by a region, and that's these regions defined here, or by Coast Guard districts. And time 0 does it by Coast Guard district. It doesn't really matter. You do want to download all the charts for the area you care about. Not just 1 or 2 selected charts, but either for the whole state or for the whole Coast Guard district. Download them all. That is by far the safest route for the best navigation. Let me just see. Okay, so here there are. Right now, at this time and date, that's a May 15th of 24. There's 4,188 ENC charts. They are working towards a program of some 7,000 to 8,000 of these charts, and they're doing that as at the same time the paper charts are going away. There's only, of the over 1,000 charts, paper charts that existed in 2019, there's only about 200 left in existence, and in about 6 months they will all be gone. So using these ENCs becomes more important. Okay, so here's the different. I'm going to say load. Let's just do this. Here's a small one. There's 78 charts in this California Coast Guard District 11, and that's going to be a download of 34 megabytes. If it looks like it's slow, I'll just pause. But okay, so let me click Coast Guard District 11 and turn that on. Now, look, here's something to be aware of. When I clicked 11, that's what I clicked. But simultaneously, it selected some charts in this District 13. That's Oregon and Washington, and also, even Hawaii and so forth. It added some charts. Now, what that means is, what that's done is, these charts with a band US 1 and 2, these are CWC West Coast, and these are like full ocean charts, West Pacific, South Pacific. And so these big ocean or coastal charts, they span several Coast Guard districts. So when I load it here, it's going to also be indicated in this area, but I'm not actually loading anything different. This chart happens to be in multiple Coast Guard districts. That's a big chart of the ocean. Now, if you wanted to, you could shut those off and not take them and so forth. But again, it's a good idea just to load them all. So that's the process, and then you say, let's say, now, and here's where you would turn it on, check automatically for updates, and you could, that's maybe what you want or maybe not what you want. That's up to you. But if you put this check mark on, then every time you start the program behind the scenes while other things are loading, this is going to go online, check with NOAA, find out the charts, and upload the charts. And again, these charts are updated every day. So we do that, and then you say okay. Now that's going to download those charts, and let's say, now here's something. This program, Time Zero, is a program that is a joint ownership with Europe. I believe it's half Japanese and half French, the company ownership. And a lot of some of the original programming used this European convention of marking time, like if you watch a soccer game from Europe or something, they will mark time with some kind of hybrid units where they're using degree and minute signs. So this thing here, which would be an arc minute, really technically an arc minute, that means 0 minutes and 23 seconds. Sometimes I'll actually even use 1 tick mark and 2 tick marks. But anyway, that's what that means, and that's 17 seconds. And the total download we were going for was 34 seconds. So that's doing that. I don't want to stop that for now till actually I don't think it matters. It'll load what I've already done. So I'll just go ahead. It's 6 seconds. According to this, it's 6 seconds. 2 seconds, 0 seconds, and so forth. There. Okay. So that's what it looks like when it's done. Now, these charts are now loaded, and you could just choose one, like this right here, University, whatever that is. This is, now, again, our course and textbook explains this. This is the way the name and this files are named. A US means an American US chart. 5 means a scale band 5. That's a pretty high resolution chart, and it's for the state of California, CA, and 49 is the chart number. M is just a filler. It doesn't have any meaning. And so if you want to look at that one, you could center on that chart. Oh, that's somewhere up in the river somewhere, that particular chart. So let me just come back out, and then so we're looking here. And so these are now the official NOAA charts. And if I right click here and say chart properties, it's going to tell me the chart I just loaded. Where is that? Here, chart properties. That's chart info. Here it is, US 5 CA 12M. And that's the chart number and the date and so forth. Okay, so that's how that works. Now, so that's all there is to it. That's the process, and then it's set up. Now, but here's another detail which I want to do first, and then then I'm going to load one individually. But if you come back to this, let's say you want to change, you don't want those charts on your computer anymore. Now, with their other charts, they have system with their other types of charts. If you look here on their charts, chart types, there's TZ vectors, there's all these different kinds of charts you can load. And all of these have a way to do multiple deletes. You know, you can delete 1 or 10 or all charts with a single button click with all of these. But with the ENCs, that's not really the case. So if we go in here, let's see, time 0, manage the ENCs, you see I can highlight 1 and delete it. Yes, I can highlight 2 and delete it, but I can't do like here. Now they may change this but I can't do shift and then like highlight all these and delete them. Maybe that'll be added later, but right now it's not there. However, if you want to get rid of the charts, the simple way is just go into you could close the program. It doesn't matter if I would just exit the program, go into your Finder here, or Explorer, go to the computer, and then go into the folder Program Data. That's where they're stored. And then you go to time 0 here, and then go into Data. Now is the point where we want to be thinking and careful. This is the file where they're stored, a native S57. So if I open that, there's all the charts. And then not only are here the native charts, this is a point to note. Here is a native chart here of these. And if you open up one, you will see it's the main chart. There's 1, 2, 3. There's actually 4 updates. There's the main file, the chart. There's 4 updates to the chart. These are text files. So that's the chart. That's what the chart looks like. But then in the but that's downloaded from NOAA. Everybody in the world downloads that. That's exactly the chart they get. But every computer, every navigation app has their own way they need to reformat that. And so this is now what they call the ENC files, which are designed as the same chart, but it's converted to a language that time 0 understands. And what happens is these are about the same size. So when you say you're going to load the charts, see if we look here, I'm digressing a little bit, but it's related stuff. If I look here and say like, if I take this district, all of California charts, that's 34 megabytes zipped up like that. And when you unzip it, well, I don't know exactly how many that is unzipped. It's about a factor of 2 or so. But look, all NOAA charts in the world, all 4,000 of them, zip up to unzipped is 2 gigabytes, where the average file size is 173 and about half a megabyte on the average. There's some that are 1.5 megabytes, and there's some that are 50 kilobytes. But they average about half a megabyte. But when you store it on your computer, you end up having twice that. So that's just something to keep in mind on the file size. Okay, so now back to where we are here. So carefully, I got this one, only this highlighted, and like that, and then you just delete it. Just delete that whole file out of there. That's gotten rid of all of them. Now we don't want to deal with this folder. These are commercial charts that you get from time 0, and they're annotated, they're enhanced in some way. Those we're not dealing with. It's native ENC. So then when you come back and you start the program again, it will just rebuild that. It will rebuild that file. So there you go. And that will be, well, you'll see that after it rebuilds, that'll be there. And so that, well, that's already 15 minutes. I'm going to stop here, actually, and then make a separate video on loading one directly from NOAA rather than using that update method.